Hey everyone! Today, we're diving into the world of Culvert inspection. Let's get started! Welcome to the New Mexico DOT Culvert Asset Management Program, or as we like to call it, CAMP. But what is the purpose of this program? Well, basically to keep track of every single culvert the New Mexico DOT oversees. That means the ones under interstate, US, and state roads. We're not just tracking a handful here. A road estimate of the total culverts in New Mexico is between 60,000 to 80,000. But first, let's define what a culvert is. Essentially, a culvert is a structure designed to facilitate the crossing of water streams and other drainage canals under the roadway. But wait, isn't that a bridge? Well, according to the Bridge Inspection Reference Manual, if the structure is greater than 20 feet from the inside walls for a box culvert at the center line of the road, it is a bridge. And this also applies to a group of circular, arch, or elliptical pipes. Okay, let's check out this diagram. In the top part, we have a concrete box culvert, and below is a group of different pipes. Remember, if the length of the opening is more than 20 feet, it is considered as a bridge. Make sure you measure from the inside wall of the culvert, and the same for the other side. We don't want to consider the thickness of the walls right here, so make sure you only measure the opening. For the group of pipes, it applies the same thing, but we have another condition. The separation between pipes needs to be equal or less to half the diameter of the smallest pipe. In this case, that diameter is 2 feet. So if we follow the rule, the separation should be 1 foot. And it applies for the other separation too. In this other diagram, we have a road with 2 lanes, and right here we have a culvert with some wing walls and an apron. So let's make sure we measure the opening from the inside part of the wall. If you measure the distance right here, that's not okay. So make sure you do it right. So in this case, let's say that the distance right here is 18 feet. So it is a culvert. Another hint that can help us to identify if a structure is a bridge or a culvert is a brass tack. These tacks are usually placed on the parapet of a box culvert. If the structure have it, it's a bridge. But have in mind that these tacks can get lost, so if you're not sure, do the measurement. If you geolocate a bridge by error, it's fine, continue with your work. This will be identified later in the data processing. As we mentioned before, 3 roadway designations will be inventoried: interstate, federal, and state roads. Highways that run west-east are even numbered, and the routes that run south-north are odd numbered. The state roads follow the same rule but a little bit more flexible. While driving through these highways, you will find some object markers, for example, a single T-post. These posts have some orange reflectors, just like this one right here. Another object marker that you will find on the road is an elongated rectangular sign with diagonal black and yellow stripes. These markers will help you to identify structures that are at or very near driving lanes. Sometimes the culverts are located under a deep embankment, making it very difficult to see the reflectors. And sometimes these posts are not even there, for various reasons. Make sure you look for them, because they will help you in your mission to find and locate culverts. Alright, now let's explore the anatomy of a highway. Typically, highways feature 2 lanes, though some may extend to 4 or more. Here we have the shoulders, and if you pay enough attention, you will notice a culvert just right there. Shoulders will be your friends, your refuge. While inspecting, try to park on the shoulders as far as you can from the driving lanes. But hey, sometimes there will be no shoulders. In those cases, if you're planning to park outside of the road, just take into consideration the traffic, the steep roadside slopes, and soil traction. Remember, be safe. Another important thing to know is how the state of New Mexico is divided. There are 33 counties, but as inspectors, we will follow the division set by the NMDOT. There are 6 districts in total, with offices in Deming, Roswell, Albuquerque, Las Vegas, Santa Fe, and Milan. Okay, so now let's talk about accessibility of culverts. There are many reasons why a culvert cannot be accessible. but while doing our inspection we are going to concentrate only on few of them. Number 1. When traffic is too heavy or too dangerous. Number 2. It cannot be found. Even though if we have a T-post that is telling us that probably there is a culvert there are going to be some times that we are not going to be able to find the culvert. Number 3. When the culvert is full of debris, heavy vegetation, or weeds. Number 4. When the culvert is outside of the right-of-way fence. Number 5. When the culvert is below a very steep slope. Number 6. When the culvert is completely silted up. Number 7. When the culvert is below water. And finally, number 8. Other. Sometimes when you're doing the inspection, you're going to find with very random stuff. So imagine that you're doing an inspection and then you hear a rattlesnake. So is the culvert accessible? Not really, because you're going to put yourself in danger. So that's when you mark other. While doing our inspections, it's very important to identify the location of the culvert. So if you found a culvert, make sure that you get really close to one of the end sections and mark the point. Additional to that, we have to identify which one of the ends it's an inlet or an outlet. In order to do that, we have to read the landscape. If we have some mountains over there and we can understand that probably the water is coming from there, then the end section that is going to be closest to the mountains is going to be the inlet, and the other one is going to be the outlet. In cases where the terrain is very flat and you have no clue if the end section is an inlet or an outlet, you can mark it as unknown. But remember, use your engineering judgment and try to do an assumption. Well, I hope this video helped you guys to understand a little bit more about this program. And there is still a lot to discover about culverts, so I'll see you in the next one.